I believe that we should use technology to make all forms of energy more available, cheaper.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into an intense and eye-opening moment from Capitol Hill. Senator John Kennedy just had a fiery exchange with a Biden administration official over the future of green energy. And let me tell you, it was a clash you don't want to miss. So, Senator Kennedy kicks things off with a pretty direct opening. He makes it clear he's got no problem with green energy. In fact, he supports it, but, and there's a big but here, he's not happy with how the Biden administration is handling it. He references Jean-Paul Sartre to make a point: actions speak louder than words. Basically, he's saying the administration's rhetoric doesn't match up with where they're actually spending the money. And that's a big deal because, in politics, where the money goes tells you what the real priorities are. Now, this is where things get interesting. Kennedy believes we should be investing in all forms of energy: green, nuclear, hydroelectric, geothermal, oil and gas. He makes a strong case for using technology to make energy more available, affordable, and cleaner across the board. But here's the kicker. While the budget proposes a 38% increase in funding for green energy, fossil fuel energy only gets a 2% bump, and nuclear energy funding is actually cut by 12%. To wrap it up,
I believe that we should use technology to make all forms of energy more available, cheaper, and cleaner. All forms of energy. I support green energy. I support nuclear. I support hydroelectric energy. I support geothermal. I support oil and gas in terms of trying to provide for a cleaner environment. I think that it's worth pursuing geoengineering. And I say all of that because I look at your proposed budget, keeping in mind that what you do is what you believe, and in government, where you spend your money is what you believe. You're proposing that we increase funding for green energy by 38%. I support green energy. I think it's going to have to learn how to stand on its own 2 feet, but I support it. But you only increase funding for fossil energy by 2%, and you actually cut nuclear energy funding by 12%. Now, pull up that first slide for me. Here, I'll just hold it. This is from your website, okay? Nuclear power is the most reliable energy source, and it's not even close. And that's true, particularly in terms of capacity factor. Okay, so how come you're not funding it that way? How come? I mean, these advanced small modular nuclear reactors have an enormous potential. And if I read this part of your website, I would say, wow, the department agrees. But your proposal for funding falls millions and millions and millions of dollars short. LNG, you know what most countries do when they don't have natural gas? They use coal. They burn wood. We should be encouraging LNG. I'm hoping to hear today what you're doing to cut some of the red tape. But those are my general thoughts. I don't want to end on a negative note. Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to your testimony. And I'm thinking about Senator Feinstein and Secretary Granholm. If they're listening now, I'd tell them both to get a life, okay? But I just want them to know that I hope they're feeling better, and I look forward to seeing both of them back soon. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Ranking Member Kennedy. I will now...
To wrap it all up, Kennedy doesn't leave things on a negative note. He thanks everyone for their time and, in a typical Kennedy fashion, throws in a lighthearted jab about Senator Feinstein and Secretary Granholm, wishing them both a speedy recovery. It's clear that while he's tough on the issues, he's also got a sense of humor. And that's it for today's breakdown. What do you think? Should we be investing more in nuclear energy and LNG, or is the Biden administration right to focus so heavily on green energy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more political and energy updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.